welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review, swatches, and a tutorial using the Natasha Denona Star eyeshadow palette. This has been something I have really been dying to try because it is so hyped up. Everyone was saying that these are just like the best eyeshadows, and this eyeshadow palette is, brace yourselves, $169. Yes, it is so expensive. I actually got this as a gift, and I think if I hadn't gotten this as a gift, I don't know if I would have bought this with my own money, just because it is so much money to spend on an eyeshadow palette. Granted, you know, they are supposed to be the best shadows around. So I'm going to talk about it today in this video and let you guys know if I think it's actually worth your money and if you should go out and buy it, or if you just want to splurge, I don't know. So if you guys are curious to see my thoughts on the Natasha Denona Star palette and also how I got this eye look, because I am wearing it today on my eyes, then just keep on watching. I'm going to get into it right now. So I have the Natasha Denona Star palette. I can't believe that I'm actually holding this palette. It's really crazy to me because I never thought I would have this palette or get a chance to try it. So the fact that I actually have it and I'm here to review it for you guys is just like so cool, and I'm really grateful to be able to review this for you guys. So I did try this out on my eyes today. I'm wearing it today, and I can tell you guys that I do think that these shadows are very high quality, and I think that they blend out really beautifully on the eyes. So since the price of this palette is $169, divide that by 18 shades, it works out to a little bit over $9 an eyeshadow. Now, that is really expensive for sure. Usually eyeshadow singles, like say Makeup Geek, cost anywhere from like $6. Probably the max for a single eyeshadow should be like $6. But the pan size on these is so much bigger. So just for reference, a Makeup Geek eyeshadow single is 1.8 grams. With a Natasha Denona palette, you are getting 2.5 grams of product in here, so it is more eyeshadow that you're getting. And if you bought 18 Makeup Geek eyeshadows, it would be $108. So you're getting 18 shades in here, you're getting more for $169. So I think it actually works out if you do the math. I know it just sounds crazy when you say upfront like $169 for a palette. It just sounds outrageous. So in the Star palette, you get 4 crystal eyeshadows, which is that pressed glitter. Literally, it's like pressed glitter in a pan. It's very messy. You need to use a glitter glue with those. You get 9 mattes, 3 metallics, and 2 duochromes. And they say that you don't even need to use eyeshadow primer. I use an eyeshadow primer. I always would recommend using one. I don't know, maybe I should try these without an eyeshadow primer and see how they last. That would be a good test actually to put to the test and see if that actually works. The way that the pans are actually laid out in here is I feel like it kind of inspires me to create certain or different looks. And this shade right here in the middle, this one is called Orion. It's this duochrome blackened blue-green shade. I did find a dupe for it. I couldn't find dupes for any of these other shades, believe it or not, so this is pretty unique to my collection. I was looking through like all my eyeshadow palettes and I really couldn't find any shades that I had that were similar to these, especially like these really cool metallic shades. I don't have anything like them. So on the top we have the Wet n Wild, and on the bottom we have the Natasha Denona shade. You can see just how similar they are. It's honestly the same exact eyeshadow. I think the shade selection in this eyeshadow palette is beautiful, and I think that there aren't many eyeshadow palettes out on the market that are like this, and I do think that Natasha Denona really put a lot of thought into this and the uniqueness of this palette, and I like the way that you compare different shades together and you have like these really creamy matte shades against these really cool metallic shades. So those are kind of my thoughts on the palette as a whole. I'm definitely going to be reaching for this a lot because I want to make use out of it, just because I know how expensive it is. Like $9 for one pan of these eyeshadows, like that is a lot of money, a lot of money. So I'm going to get into live swatches and show you guys how these look on my arm so you can see. little closer like I usually do so you can actually see what I'm doing on my eyes. And the first thing I'm going to do is apply my eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Jessie's Girl eyeshadow primer. My lid. And I'm just going to go ahead and set that with my Wet n Wild Creme Brulee eyeshadow single. This is what I use pretty much every day to set my eyeshadow. Alright, so the eyes are set. I'm going to go in with my first shade. It's going to be a transition color. So I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Attic, A-T-I-K. I don't know if that's like a name of a star or something, but it's just like a matte neutral shade to pop into the crease. I always like to start with a transition shade, just to make sure everything is nice and blended out. It just acts as the base for the rest of the eyeshadows that we're going to be putting on. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. But it does blend out really nicely and it has a nice pigmentation to it. However, I do think you can get this kind of matte in another palette like from Sephora that's not this price point. So I want to go on to my lid color next, and I want to use one of the glittery shades. I think I'm going to do this one right here, and that is called Galaxia. It's really gorgeous pressed whitish glittery shade, and I think before I use it I'm actually going to put on some glitter glue just to be on the safe side and so that it actually sticks to my lid. Apply that all over my eye, even in like my tear duct, because I'm probably going to put that glitter in my tear duct as well. Reminds me of my Inglot shadows, but like pressed into a pan. Put that onto... Okay, you definitely need to use a glitter glue with these because this is like pure glitter, and I don't think it would have stuck to my lid without the glitter glue. That is a gorgeous glitter shade. If you're a glitter lover like me, you will really like this. Take this shade right here. This is called Earth. It's like a deeper chocolate matte brown. I'm going to take this shade right here. It's like a cranberry kind of color, and that is called Phoenix, and I'm going to pop that into the outer V. Hopefully this looks good. Pop that in the outer V. And blend it into my crease a little. But I like this because it's kind of just giving this look a nice little pop, blending out really nicely. And I want to smoke out my lower lash line a little bit, so I'm going to take that color Earth that we used in the crease, and I'm going to take a little bit of that, put that on my lower lash line to smoke it out. So I think that's all I'm going to do for eyeshadow. I'm going to move on to my liquid liner, not my liquid liner, my gel liner. I'm using my favorite. You guys already know it's the Inglot number 77. This is the best ever. And I'm just going to follow the shape I created with the eyeshadow. Guys, next I'm going to apply mascara. I already did this eye. I'm just using my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, which is my favorite when I'm not being lazy, and my Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This combo is like mascara heaven. I don't know, it's just the best. You can see like on this eye, so good. So I'm just going to apply the primer, and when you apply the primer, you just have to work really quickly because it dries really fast. So I apply it on top and the bottom. Blush Princess right on top. And then I'm also just going to apply a little bit of this to my bottom lashes. Alright guys, the lashes are on. This is the completed look. I just look slightly crazy right now because I have no foundation on and I have no brows on yet because I'm filming a foundation video and a brow video separately after this video. So I'm going to go film those videos because I pre-film like all my videos, so I have a lot of content for you guys to push out. And once my whole face is all completed, I will come back and show you guys how everything looks and give you my final thoughts on this palette right here. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so that is my thoughts on the Natasha Denona Star Palette and my tutorial and everything. I hope you guys like the look that I created. I really like the way it turned out. And I've had this on for a while now because I'm filming this after I did this look, and the eyeshadows are lasting really nicely so far. They didn't lose their color, they didn't fade or anything like that, so I'm really impressed, and I'm definitely going to continue to keep reaching for this and using it, and I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more looks with the Natasha Denona Star Palette, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably do a bunch on Instagram too, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, then hit the notification bell down below. Don't forget to subscribe. It'll be the first link in my description box so you guys don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!